Hey friends, welcome to another edition of a reader and a cinephile. Apparently, it is October. I don't really believe it myself, but I'm still searching for proof that my calendar is lying to me. I will report back soon. With a new month, I am back with a couple of recommendations based on everything I read and watched in September. And you heard that right. After an August that left me without a book to recommend, September delivered a five-star read that left me absolutely floored. Walking through countless bookstores, I kept seeing this unassuming book on shelves and displayed neatly on tables. On the cover, there was nothing but braided sweetgrass, or so I gathered from the title. On countless occasions, I picked up Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I would read the back cover, thumb through a couple of pages, and then promptly return it to its resting place to await the purchasing hands of someone else who was ready for the adventure. For years and years, I repeated this exercise, and then earlier this year, I finally found myself ready. Almost instantly, I was enamored. Robin is a professor, botanist, and member of the Potawatomi Nation. This book focuses its attention on the role of native knowledge of the natural world as a complement and alternative approach to mainstream Western thinking. Throughout this book, Robin shares her educational journey, stories about how Native people think about our relationship with the natural world, and the dangers before us if we don't make drastic and long lasting changes. But this book is more than a memoir, it is more than a historical analysis. It is sweeping prose, deeply poetic, and a bit romantic. It is filled with boundless wisdom. It possesses passages that left me breathless and forced me into deep introspection. Over the course of my reading life, I have read countless books about the natural world, but I have never read anything that made me feel the way this book does. If you give it a chance, I am confident it will do the same for you. Last month, I watched 17 movies, three of which I rated 5 stars. Of those three films, this is the one I would recommend you revisit. In fact, I love this film so much, I'm going to share with you all the review I wrote for it back in 2017. In the shadow of the happiest place on earth exists a new and modern Hooverville. Miles apart, feels like worlds away as families spend hundreds, if not thousands, on hotels, rides, food, and souvenirs at Disney World. Just down the road sits chains upon chains of cheap hotel rooms where families live thanks to affordable weekly rates. This is a new cycle of poverty in America, a product of the Great Recession. Men, women, and children caught between living on the street or in their car and owning their own home. Instead, hotel rooms provide sanctuary. The Florida Project is about the children caught in the middle due to no fault of their own. They didn't ask for their parents to be sold a subprime mortgage. They never asked for addiction or illness to visit their door. They are kids. They want to play, watch cartoons, make friends, and get into mischief. This film does a brilliant job of showcasing kids' obliviousness to the pain of their guardians, just living in their bliss. It is at this point, I should tell you how fantastic the child actors in this movie are. Never before have I seen small children act this well. They made me laugh, they broke my heart. More importantly, they made me care. Now, make no mistake, the glue of this film is William Dafoe. He plays the manager of the Magic Castle where most of the film takes place. At his core, he is a man doing the best he can. On one hand, he understands that kids need to be kids and the pressure their parents and guardians are under. On the other hand, he is trying to run a hotel In the middle of tourist centric Florida, at times he plays the part of a father figure, at other times he is stern and focused on business. His push and pull hold this film together. At its core, this movie is about survival amid poverty. Bria Viante plays Hallie, the mother of newcomer Brooklyn Prince, who plays her daughter, Mooney. Hallie is a mother who is constantly trying and failing. She is attempting to be present and to be a present parent and give her daughter the childhood she wishes she had. She's doing everything in her power to make this dream a reality. This includes selling perfume to tourists and even paid survival sex. Where Hallie fails is in her youth. She is a young mother still focused on drugs, partying, and sex. Trying to live in both worlds forces a reality upon her small family where survival one day to the next is a doubt. At times, this film is hard to watch. For most of us, this is a world unknown, and that's a good thing. Good movies should make us feel uncomfortable. A movie like The Florida Project can only really end in one of two ways. The family can be rescued from poverty, or the whole thing can come crashing down. We've seen the first movie before. The second storyline is much more intriguing. This movie decides to take the second route, and in so doing, humanizes the entire experience in a way that makes this movie ring so true. And those are my recommendations for the month. As always, I want to thank you for spending a few moments with me. I know there are a lot of people out there reviewing books and movies, so it means the world to have you here with me. Until next time, be good to each other.